So you know how we've always thought of AI as being about text, right? Well, that's all changing, and it's changing fast. AI is going through this massive evolution where it's learning to see and hear and understand our world in a way that feels, well, almost human. Today, we're going to break down the incredible power and the pretty serious challenges of this new era.
You could really call it a new superpower. It's this ability to combine different senses to figure things out, which raises a huge question. I mean, this power opens up some unbelievable possibilities, but it also creates some deeply complex problems. So the real question is, are we actually ready for it?
Okay, so first things first, let's just get to the wow moment. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of how it all works, let's just see what this new generation of AI can do. And trust me, some of these results are just staggering.
And wow, we are seeing some clear winners already. In these recent head-to-head showdowns, models like OpenAI's GPT-4o have just been wiping the floor with competitors like Google's Gemini Pro. Look at this. From doing math based on a photo to writing code just by looking at a design, it's a total clean sweep.
And this is the real game changer. It's not just that the AI can look at a picture and say, hey, that's a tic-tac-toe board. The real magic is that it can then act on that visual info by writing the actual working code to play the game.
Check this out. GPT-4o has just shown this image of a bar chart. It didn't just tell us what it was seeing. No, it analyzed the data points, the labels, the colors, everything, and then it spat out the perfect code to replicate it exactly. It saw, it understood, and then it created. It's wild.
Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing, right? So how on earth is this even possible? To get that, we need to pop the hood and see what's really going on. Well, the secret sauce here is something called multimodal AI. All it really means is that it's an AI that isn't stuck in one lane. It can process and connect information from all these different modes, pictures, sounds, and words, all at the same time to get a much fuller understanding of something. Here's the perfect analogy. Think of the old-school single-modal AI as a detective who only reads interview transcripts. Sure, they have some facts, but they're missing so much context. A multimodal AI, on the other hand, is the detective who's at the crime scene. They're looking at the photos, listening to the 911 call, and analyzing the forensics. They just get the whole story in a way the other one can't. And this isn't just a cool tech demo, it has massive real-world implications. Take medicine. A multimodal AI can pull together a patient's CT scans, their lab results, their health records, and even their genetic data to create this complete picture that could help doctors make a much better diagnosis.
So, how does it actually mush all this different info together? Well, there are a few ways. Sometimes it fuses everything, the image, the text, the numbers, right from the start. Other times, it chews on each piece of data by itself and then merges the final conclusions at the end. The method it uses just depends on the problem it's trying to solve. Okay, so the tech is incredible. It's powerful, maybe even revolutionary. But now what? Because when a technology this powerful hits the messy, complicated real world, some pretty serious problems start to pop up. Because here's the thing. AI learns from the data we feed it. And our world, and the data that comes from it, is anything but perfect. It's packed with all of our own flaws and biases. You see, real-world data is just a mess. It's noisy, meaning it's full of mistakes. It can be incomplete, with huge gaps, and it's often imbalanced, where some groups are way overrepresented and others are barely there. At the end of the day, an AI is just a mirror held up to the data we give it, flaws and all. And this quote just nails it. If an AI learns from the internet that the word CEO is almost always associated with pictures of middle-aged white men, then guess what it's going to generate when you ask for one? The AI isn't being malicious, it's just showing us the bias that was already there.
And look, this bias problem, it's really just the beginning. The spread of multimodal AI is raising some huge ethical red flags that we absolutely have to confront. Okay, first big one. Creator rights and, well, let's call it what it is, intellectual property theft. For these AIs to learn, they have to digest millions of images, songs, and pieces of art. The problem is, a lot of that material is just scraped off the internet without ever asking the original artists for permission, let alone paying them. And this isn't some what-if scenario. It's happening right now. Huge companies like Disney and Universal are already suing AI firms, claiming their tools were trained on characters like Shrek and can now just copy them whenever you want. This is a massive legal fight that's just getting started.
Red flag number 2 is one you're probably already worried about: misinformation and deepfakes. With tools this powerful, it's becoming ridiculously easy to create super realistic photos and videos of things that never, ever happened.
But here's the really scary twist. It's not just about learning to spot the fakes. The existence of this tech is destroying our trust in what's real. We're already seeing genuine photos being called AI-generated fakes just to score political points. I mean, what happens when we can't even agree on what we're looking at?
And the third ethical issue, this one hits really close to home for every single one of us. It's all about our personal privacy and our right to consent. That's not an exaggeration. The photos you put online, on social media, on your blog, anywhere, are routinely scraped and dumped into these gigantic data sets that train AI models. Your face, your kids' faces, your art, it could all be part of an AI's education right now, and you were almost certainly never asked. So, with so much incredible potential on one side, and so many serious dangers on the other, where do we possibly go from here? What's next? The reality is, we are charting a map for a world that doesn't exist yet. That line between what's real and what's fake, between what a person made and what a machine made, it's getting blurrier every single day. We're kind of making up the rules as we go along.
And all of that leaves us with one last, really critical thought. The technology's here. AI can see, it can hear, it can create. The technical problems are being solved at lightning speed. But the much, much harder challenge, the human one, is still ahead of us. Who's going to teach it the difference between right and wrong?